It's the eastern diamond-back rattlesnake, the largest rattler in North America, reaching lengths of nearly 2 meters. The rattlers themselves are enormous, but they also deliver an enormous amount of venom, more than any other snake on the continent. So rodents, their usual prey, don't stand a chance. Keeping a safe distance is critical to survival. Large eastern diamondbacks can strike from more than a meter away. One bite delivers a complex blend of hemo and neurotoxins, capable of killing a human within hours. The eastern diamondback's range extends from the Carolinas down to Florida, and as far west as the Mississippi River. But this rattler's realm isn't limited to the mainland. The eastern diamondback is also a skilled swimmer and can reach islands more than 150 kilometers off the coast, making this giant rattler a mobile predator. North America is home to a wealth of magnificent and deadly predators. But one species looms above all others. Its massive size and explosive power make it one of the most impressive and fearsome creatures on the continent.
I see this animal coming at us. You see teeth and you see claws. I remember thinking, oh, that's how it feels when your flesh gets torn apart. And you're starting to realize you're getting attacked by a bear.
A grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is one of the largest land carnivores in the United States. Females can weigh as much as 200 kilograms, while males have been known to reach up to half a ton. Already a formidable presence at 1.5 meters tall on all fours, male grizzlies tower to heights of almost 3 meters when standing to survey the terrain. Despite its intimidating dimensions, the bear is an omnivore that spends much of its time feeding on insects, fish, berries, and nuts. When it does feed on large mammals, it's usually deer and elk. Once these massive mammals could be found throughout the mountainous regions of the western continental United States, Alaska, and Canada. But today, human encroachment has drastically reduced the grizzly's domain and its numbers. Now only 50,000 grizzlies roam Alaska and Canada, and less than 1,000 are found in pockets of the lower 48 states, including Wyoming, Idaho, Washington, and Montana. Montana was the site of the attack on Johann and Jenna Otter. In August 2005, 44-year-old Johann Otter and his 18-year-old daughter Jenna were on an early morning hike in Montana's Glacier National Park. Federally protected land, the park lies in the heart of Montana's grizzly bear country.
When you're in Glacier, at that part, you're in the middle of wilderness. There's no civilization, there's no help out there whatsoever.
And we started on the trail. It was relatively quiet since it was about 7:30, 8 in the morning. We started walking, just talking loud. General precaution when you're in grizzly bear country is to make noise so that you alert whatever animals are around you of your presence. And it was about 2 hours into our hike when we came around a blind corner, and coming the opposite direction was a mother grizzly bear and 2 cubs. And we just kind of hit face on at about 6 feet away.
And she takes 2 steps back and says something like, "Oh no." And suddenly I see this animal running at me, and it bites me in the back of my thigh. It starts moving around like you're a rag doll.
Trapped between a raging bear and a 9-meter drop, Johan made a life and death decision.
I have to get into safety, and I basically dive up the trail into some bushes, about 20 feet below.
Safe but badly battered, the father called for his daughter.
"Jenna, come down here, it's safe down here." I don't think Jenna ever heard me.
But the grizzly did.
I remember still seeing the bear popping its head up, looking down at me, and just running down. And this animal has incredible speed.
Despite their enormous size, grizzlies are faster than an Olympic runner. They can sprint almost 50 meters in as little as 3 seconds and gallop for up to 3 kilometers at speeds of 55 kilometers per hour. Within seconds, the bear was back on top of Johan.
The bear's on top of my backpack, pulling me back and forth, and it was digging on top of my skull as if, a dog digging for a bone.
With paws 30 centimeters wide and 10 centimeter claws, humans are no match for a grizzly attack.
I felt the paws on my neck at one point, and a lot of pressure right here. And that basically cracked some of the vertebrae right there. I could feel that was going. I knew that the bottom of my neck had been broken, because the force of the bear on top of it, I kind of felt something crack.
Johan believed that his only chance of survival was to fight back.
I grabbed it by the throat, and I remember looking it straight in the eyes, and it looked straight back at me, 2 amber brown eyes. I'll never forget that sight. Then it bit me in the skull, and then I could feel a tooth going into the back of my neck. And that's when I thought, this is not good. I'm going to die. If I'm gonna keep playing dead, I'm actually going to be dead.
Having already intentionally plunged 6 meters down the sheer cliff, Johan decided he must fall again and jumped an additional 9 meters. The mother grizzly then turned her attention towards the other intruder, Jenna.
I waited in the bush. I don't know how long I waited. My instinct was to lie there in the bush and cover myself up. I put myself in the fetal position and thought I was being quiet.
If the bear didn't see Jenna, she might have smelled her. A grizzly's nose is 100 times more sensitive than that of a human. It's capable of detecting roots growing underground and catching the scent of food several kilometers away.
And I remember distinctly hearing sort of the under-breath sort of growls. From there, it just reached down, bit me around the head, tore me to the side. At that point, my mouth was torn completely open. It bit me on the shoulder and tore me the other way.
Grizzly bears will often run away as soon as they detect humans. But if they're surprised, they may attack. Over the past century, black bears and grizzly bears together have killed just 133 people in North America. It's believed that encounters with cubs, like Johan and Jenna's, trigger the female grizzly's maternal instinct. Mother bears will react aggressively if they sense their vulnerable cubs are in danger. But once the bear is convinced the danger has passed, it will probably disappear into the wild, leaving the intruders behind. So in most instances, playing dead is the best response.
It kind of looked at me over, sort of saw that I was bloody and I wasn't moving, not a threat to its cubs, and just walked off. Yeah.
Jenna and Johan estimate that their combined attack lasted less than 5 minutes. Discovered by a passing hiker, they were airlifted to Seattle, Washington for emergency medical attention.
I just couldn't move my arm. It was because the bite had gone down to the bone. And my head felt really bloody and caked with blood because there were some gashes in there from it biting around my face. And I was so lucky.
But her father was not.
They had to take care of approximately 28 wounds. I believe there were 6 different vertebrae that were broken. 2 ribs broken on one side, 1 rib on the other side. Also, the bear's claws must have hit me in the eye. Also, the clawing of the bear on my head, it took off 60 to 80% of my scalp. I lost half my blood while I was on the mountain. Also, I broke something in here, broke my nose.
4 weeks and 6 operations later, Johan was finally released from the hospital. And with Johan and Jenna's scars comes a newfound respect for one of North America's deadliest species.